hope you're doing really well. I've got a very special video for you today. Most of you in Kent might be aware of this, and if you're not, let me feel free on this one to go really crazy on this, because I am. I've known about this for 20 plus years now. Come with me, let's enjoy this history of this, and let's see what remains of it, and see you on the other side. Bye.
For me, this video has been long overdue, and on a personal note, one which needed to be finally put out there to hopefully decipher once and for all what it is we are really looking at. So, in today's video, we take a look at the last remains of a former fortified medieval manor, that of Bimbury Manor. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is separate the fact that this can and often is confused or labelled as Bimbury Castle, which is the remains of a Norman Motte and Bailey castle, now just earthworks. And it's understandable why this would be the case, because it's situated within the grounds of the castle, namely part of the Bailey. What we would be looking at is the ruins of Bimbury Manor, or at least a small beautiful section of quite possibly what would have been known as a prospect tower, which is basically a tower that has commanding views across the landscape. We can safely say that date-wise it was medieval in origin and would have been built almost immediately after the use of the castle, with the idea that the castle would hold no military or strategic importance, so a fortified manor would take its place, showing if anything an incredible phase in the area's history. As you can see, the construction would have been local flint with stone dressings, and in its prime would have, along with the rest of the manor, looked incredible, with statement of wealth and power within the local area. We've mentioned that the owner of the manor would have been the same lord as Fernham. Now grade 2 listed, what remains in my opinion is the definition of what forgotten history really looks like. And with the castle opposite and constant relics of its World War II past, namely RAF Detling, this really is a truly incredible cluster of multiple phased history that you can find anywhere in the southeast. So let's take a look for ourselves.
Believe it or not, we are in RAF Detling, really, and actually, as you probably noticed when I was walking down, there's excess rubble from the remains of that. And again, if you're familiar with my channel, we've done RAF Detling Battle Headquarters, which actually, when walking past it today, sadly, has been pretty much blocked off now, which is quite sad, because that's a really important piece of history. But there's still loads of remains of RAF Detling. Obviously, as you can see, the old aircraft hangar. It depends if you're familiar, and I apologise if you're not. But the other final thing I want to mention before we sort of take a look, there's not much really. What we need to sort of put into context as well is that this place has been reputedly very haunted. I don't know why, but there's been note of orbs, there's been paranormal groups who have visited this. Fernham Castle, if you remember actually visiting or having a look at my channel, we did a special video on Fernham Castle. And we did that, and there was obviously the famous ghost story of that. I think it was James, hi James if you're watching, who got in contact with the person who had actually witnessed it, or the part of the group who did. But this is reputed to be haunted as well. Now obviously you know that I'm quite spiritual in my nature and everything else. I don't pick up anything like that. Doesn't mean there isn't anything here, but I can imagine people on a dark night seeing orbs and stuff like that. It's not out of the realm of imagination on that, but it is reputed to be very haunted. Let's take a proper look, come on. Okay everybody, so the first thing I wanted to talk about of this ruin is what we're looking at, which is actually the major part of it, which is actually the part that if people have explored they will well recognise. We're talking about the chimney, and there's an element of morbidity to this because you can see there's some chains hanging and then that chimney goes all the way up. There we go. You can see it sort of cut down and then went into another bit. Just looking if there are any bats. We're coming out of, as I'm recording this, that hibernation should be pretty much almost done now. And, but there's nothing there that I can see. Because if there was, I wouldn't be filming this. As you know, I try to respect nature as best as possible. But yeah, and I do love my bats. But look at that, it's pretty morbid, isn't it, when you see that chain? And obviously the old fireplace, it's beautiful, isn't it? I am curious to know if how many of you know about this. I mean, like I said, because I'm very well aware that when I say that most of you might know it, that doesn't, I'm assuming that most of you watch my channel are probably either local to Kent or your fellow explorers or what, I don't really know, but I thought I needed to keep it local today on my exploring. Old fireplace, I love a good old fireplace, but the fact that we're in Kent in the middle of nowhere, this is so cool. And then obviously, as you can see, there's another section of it. So excluding this tree, let's take a look, come on. Right, so I wonder if, I'm not going to tell you, everybody, but I wonder if you can spot from the masonry, I'm pointing at it, what this would indicate. If you haven't guessed, let me inform you in a geeky way. Look, they are stairwells. That's part of a stairwell. So you've got to imagine we're walking in to this room, all of a sudden you'd be literally ascending the stairs, and it goes, look, from there as well, it's all the way up. You've got a nice little window there, nice little sort of towered section, really. But isn't that beautiful? Now, okay, I'm just gonna recant a little bit. I did say that I didn't feel anything spiritual or slightly strange about this place, and yet the moment I've come into this, it's just gone whack. Like, and it's hard to describe. It's like this energy. Please don't think I'm weird out there, but I do believe in energy, and obviously stone tape theory I'm a big believer in. I don't normally talk about my beliefs on this channel, but hey, you know. But stone tape theory, this has got it. I'm telling you now, I've just literally came around here when we were filming, and it just, I don't know, there's nothing here to indicate anything, but there is like a stone tape theory type of energy that just goes wallop. Maybe it was haunted stairs, I don't know, but there is definitely, like, even in a minute now, that is weird. Like, it's just, how can I describe it? Bearing in mind that I'm in my local county of Kent and I'm not too far away from where I live, I've travelled, as you well know, many places in England, the UK, and yet I've come here and this is actually probably the strongest I've felt in a long time, energy wise. That's really weird, isn't it? Just hits you, it's strange. Just walk around that corner and whack. It's like it's energy, just sort of like woof. So, yeah, look. Clearly a stairwell. I assume that would have been the entrance. You can see that there's multiple different phases. We've got obviously the flint that we know, that we're aware of in this building, and we can see that, and that's obviously that typical sort of like older type of design, and then we've got the more modern phasing of it with the bricks, and we know that obviously because of RAF Detling as well. I'm sure there probably would have been some stories surrounding this as well, but look at this. I mean, if you want, God, it's hitting me again. That's so strange. It's like a wave. I know it's a windy day, but it's like this energy. Nothing, I wouldn't even say it's negative. It's not like a negative feel. I'm sounding really stupid now, aren't I, for some of you? But it's like, it's just, it's because I haven't felt it in a long time. It's like, it's almost like a welcome feeling. I don't know. Oh no, sorry, I'm just saying how I feel now. It's going to be really freaky video this. It doesn't feel threatening, it's just like this whack. Yeah, there's definitely a stone tape theory about this. I don't know why. There should be no reason in this to sort of warrant anything paranormal at this place, but yeah, that is an energy in this bit. How interesting. Right, let's take another wander. Definitely something in here. That's mental. I love it. I really love it. Let's head out. So, just noticed, look at this as a bit of history. I'll just show you. Look at that wooden, look. Now that is part of the building. That's not just been placed in there, that's been there. Now, I'm wondering what story that could tell part of this. I mean, it is a pretty, if you want an honest truth about it, and I don't mean this in a negative way, because it gives it a beautiful feel, but it is not the most structurally sort of, it's quite a sort of, it comes across like a bit of a sort of rustic build. There we go, that's probably the politest way I can sort of say that. Not in a bad way, by the way. It's just got a very rustic feel to it. Like I said, it's got multiple different phases of its history, and you can understand why it sort of crumbled, because it's just built of bits and bobs. And obviously, if you can see on the chimney, you can see there's another little bit of wooden beamage. There we go. Wow. I think I'd ever say that today. But look at that tree. We talk about nature and my love of nature, and then all of a sudden it returns into this natural way. And you know, we know that probably, I'd guess, maybe 20 years time, it probably won't even be here. It'll all just be rubble. Beautiful to note up there as well. I don't know what that is. It's like a little sort of, it looks like it's almost like a, I don't know, I was going to guess then, but I'm not going to guess. I could make an educated guess, but you can see that up there, everybody, can't you? Like a little sort of square shape. I have no idea on that, but the beautiful fireplace, just, it's majestic. This, I'm actually in love with this place. I mean, it's you know, I will say on this one, this is the first time I've been here, and wow, what an amazing, I'm glad I've done it. Let's just put it like that. But that energy, well, not felt that in a long time. But it's nice. It's not a bad energy. Yeah, maybe if you want to believe in paranormal, maybe they wanted me to record it for them. So if they come through in the footage and you see any orbs and stuff, let me know, please. Just drop me an email, all right? Got to do this, but that is, see, look, everybody can sit and play on their computer games. I'm sounding like an old man, but like, you know, and we can read books, but when we actually have tactile history and we can actually touch it, that cold flint that we're touching right now, local, by the way, that would have been, just, oh, history is amazing. It's a shame, really. I literally live about 15 minutes away from this place, 20 maybe, and I've always held it off. Because actually, to be honest with you, I was always worried about the condition of this. I'd seen photos of it and it had been well overgrown, but actually today, surprisingly enough, it's actually not that bad. Which I'm like, phew. So I was really worried. I was thinking to myself, oh god, like if we come here and it's well overgrown, we won't be able to go in it, so what's the point of filming it? But we have done, and this is the result. So hopefully you're really enjoying this video, by the way. We've not finished just yet, so stay with me. So here we go, we're just looking through, and you can see through the gap here, on the other gap, there's bits of wood. Oh yeah, so there's bits of wood that you can see in the gaps there that have been nailed in to probably shore up that wall from falling down. Actually, it might have been more of a sort of just a really rough and ready sort of attempt, because you can see the crack in this from where this stairwell was, and this beautiful, what easily would have been some sort of tower obviously up to the other levels. So another thing that we noted here is that you see here, and this is on the corner of the outskirt of the entrance, what we came into as the entrance. You see the bricks here, they're at a funny angle, juxtaposed in. I did sort of say in this video, it's a strange one really. This looks like it's a retaining, actually. Look, if you look at that, it's part of like almost a retaining wall almost. But you can see how really clunky this has been, sort of jumbled up in a strange way, probably like I said through multiple phases, and maybe it might have been that this was probably falling apart. We know the actual main structure of it is flint. We know that flint crumbles. You've seen probably plenty of my videos that have been like that, and what's probably happened is that some other phases they probably incorporated some bricks as well in to shore it up. But actually, because it's been so old, these bricks are just as interesting because of how old they are to be placed in there. This place has got so many hidden secrets. Let's see if we can find any more. So whilst I was looking, again, this is a strange place, this, for a minor ruin. This really is interesting. There's a little bit of a cord that had been placed into the tree and it's been wrapped round, but for the keen-eyed of you, looks to be some sort of primitive, looks to be some sort of like writing or sketching from people, but I don't know if you can see this. See, there's a massive circle there. It will like tally off. That's interesting, isn't it? Like some sort of symbology in here. Not because that doesn't look like doesn't look natural. So I'm curious as to that. People making sketches and carvings on this tree. Fascinating though. Like I said, you know, there's no negative energy that I'm picking up on this place. So you know, it's fascinating. Well everybody, this is Mum, if you've not seen my mum before. She was the one who's been helping me film some stuff out, and we went for a day out, didn't we? Yeah, wanted to do some, just get out for a lovely walk, and Mum we wanted to do some exploring, and Mum was like, would you want to do a local one? Looked at my list, and obviously here we have arrived. So all that amazing footage that you've seen of me walking and looking bloody gorgeous.
Oh, I did that.
Mum did that. So it's just because of the weather in it at the moment. I can't go to Somerset. I can't go to places that I really want to go to. So I've had to keep it local at the moment. But hopefully you really like that video. Take care, everybody. What's the more words?
Because history matters.
There we go. Thank you very much. Ready? Kapow.